Jason, we just came out of seeing Project Hail Mary. Big blockbuster movie. It's already come out because we're seeing this on a Sunday. We normally see it on a Thursday before, like kind of they do the box office. But Jason, what did you think of Project Hail Mary?
Yeah, Sunday's my Friday night always, and so I was like, absolutely.
What a great way to celebrate Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. So we went to see this movie. It's written by the same guy who wrote The Martian. That came out also in a movie by Ridley Scott and Matt Damon. And this was a lot of fun. It was a good movie. The character, it's basically a connection kind of movie where you have this one non-astronaut who was sent into outer space to save the world that's going to die in 30 years or lose half the people, meet up with this rock alien creature and then together, because that rock alien creature's planet also is dying out, and together it's their mission to save each other's planets, and they really get to bond, and that's the highlight of the movie. These two have a pretty cool relationship, and have a lot of laughs involved as well.
And what's your score for Project Hail Mary?
I unfortunately came a little late because I came 15 minutes late because I was thinking it was going to start at the showtime at 7:30, started at 8, and then actually that was Thursday night's showtime. Today it was half an hour earlier, so I came a little late, but so I missed the beginning. However, so I think my score is going to be a little unfair, but I'm going to say 7.8, and I would probably say if I see the whole thing again and from the beginning, it's probably going to be elevated to like a 8.1 or 2 or something.
Well, you want to see it a second time, and it's okay. Sometimes we can reserve our review, even change our minds. Like, I said on this podcast and the video, when I first saw Sinners, I didn't think it was that great, but seeing it again, I liked it a little bit more than I did the first time. So it's okay for us to change our minds later. That's fine. Saw Project Hail Mary as well. I got here late as well. Not, I got here a little bit before Jason, but not by much.
Like 5 minutes earlier? Maybe?
Yeah, exactly. I enjoyed this movie as well. A lot of fun. I was telling him that for me, my little, complaint about the movie is that some of the emotional beats, I think the movie was kind of trying to sell to us. It didn't kind of sit with me. I think it was maybe a point saying, hey, be sad now. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not really, that connected to these people that I want to feel sad. You know what I mean? And like Jason said, which I 100% agree with, the best part of the movie is the relationship between Ryan Gosling and the alien character. It's great. It's very sincere. The sci-fi of it all is kind of just dressing for this relationship, right?
Right.
But the sci-fi of it all is kind of cool too. It deals with organisms and different spaceships and all this other stuff. Actually going to steal his score and say that I gave it a 7.8 as well, because like I said, it's not an action movie or anything like that, but the relationship and the stakes, for a 2.5-hour movie, completely invested. I was never looking at my clock or looking at my watch. I was locked in the whole time. You want to say anything else? Or?
Oh yeah, one thing we didn't mention before that I just thought of now is what do you think about the present and then the past back and forth? Usually this kind of thing doesn't work too well. They try to do that in this movie called Best Defense with Dudley Moore and Eddie Murphy, and that was a pretty bad movie. It did not work at all there. Here it works a little better, but I'm not the biggest fan of this type of editing. Of course, it works for a movie like Pulp Fiction, but Pulp Fiction is set up a little different. This is literally back and forth before he gets sent out. What did you think about that? Did it work for you?
It did because Pulp Fiction, when you started to talk about this, Pulp Fiction was a movie that came to mind, Lost, the TV show Lost, came to mind, which so much of the series was the modern day story and then a backstory episode on the character. So I'm accustomed with that, and actually I liked it. I didn't think it was it didn't throw me off. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was well done. I don't think it detracted from the story, because basically you're the whole time with Ryan Gosling, and it's his backstory and it's his story in the future, so in the present. So I never felt kind of lost about it. No,
Right. Okay. Yeah. It somewhat worked.
Yeah.
And then basically, showing how he gets picked to go, and then he doesn't want to go, and then they force him to go.
Yeah, which is a big deal too. Which is a big deal, and kind of a funny moment as well. But it's another great piece about the movie. It's kind of him, and I think maybe his relationship with the alien helps to bring that out in him. I don't know if he fully accepts it by the end, but that his whole thing is that he's a failure and he's kind of a coward.
Mm-hmm.
And
because he has no. He has like no girlfriend or wife. He has no dog. He's literally like alone, right?
Another thing that they presented that I guess now that we're talking about it, was a big not a big talking point, but a big point in why he was picked by this German scientist woman who was kind of like the ringleader of all of the world's leaders, like coming together to find a solution to save the planet. Was Ryan Gosling published a paper like many years ago where he went against his professor or something like that.
Right.
But it was the basis of that paper was the reason why he was picked to participate many years later in saving the earth, basically. Like so
right.
that was the big reason why he was picked.
But that scene, I thought like, oh, what is she gonna do? Like, because it seemed like they kind of liked each other. I was like, is she gonna like?
I thought that, and I said
like,
that in our review.
I'm gonna make love to you, so you go,
Yeah.
or she's gonna bring in like some young, good-looking girl, and then he's okay. This is a present for you, so you go. But no, it was like these fed little thugs, basically, that just.
Which I honestly prefer.
Of course.
I prefer that.
It wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, I prefer
that. Just
that.
the thing,
Yeah.
I thought.
But yeah, this is the point that I was going to make. Like, I like that he kind of goes on a journey of his own kind of self journey of like that I'm actually brave, that I did the thing to help the people, even if I was a coward till the end and I didn't want to go. You know what I mean?
Because they basically knock him out and send him off, right?
Yeah, they put him in a coma. They literally put him in a coma.
Like Planet Hulk. They're like sending him off, right?
They just ship him out. Okay,
wake up and now you got to do it.
Exactly.
Right.
But we're going to end it there. And thank you so much for watching. This is a YouTube version, and we'll wrap it up there.
Peace.
All right.
I'm 40.